Let me ask you something honestly. If an unexpected $800 expense hit you today, could you pay it without using a credit card? Most people pause right there. Not because they're irresponsible, not because they don't work hard, but because life is expensive. And that's exactly why the first $1,000 in savings changes everything. Not $10,000, not a million, just the first $1,000. It sounds small, almost unimpressive, but this tiny milestone quietly separates financial stress from financial control. Welcome to Jacob Finance, where we explain money in the simplest way possible. Let's talk about real life. A car tire blows out, a doctor's bill shows up, your phone suddenly stops working. None of these are rare emergencies, they're normal life events. But without savings, normal life becomes financial panic. You swipe a credit card, you take a high-interest loan, you tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. And later becomes a balance that grows, and a budget that shrinks, and stress that never really goes away. Now imagine a different scenario. That same $700 car repair happens, but you have $1,000 sitting in a savings account. You pay it, you move on. No debt, no interest, no financial domino effect. That's the power of the $1,000 rule. The rule is simple. Before investing, before chasing big money goals, before worrying about building wealth, you build a $1,000 emergency buffer. Not to get rich, but to stop life from knocking you backward every time something goes wrong. Now, here's the interesting part. If $1,000 is so powerful, why do so many people struggle to save it? Because saving money isn't about math, it's about behavior. Money comes in, and before you know it, money goes out. Subscriptions you forgot about, small online purchases, convenience spending, just this once expenses. None of them feel big, but together they quietly erase the ability to save. So when you start working toward that first $1,000, you're not just saving money, you're changing habits. You're paying attention, you're becoming intentional. And that's where the real transformation happens. There's also something powerful that happens in your mind. When your savings at zero, saving feels impossible, pointless, like you're always starting over. But when you see $1,000 sitting there, something clicks. You think, wait, I can actually do this. That belief is everything. Because once you believe you can save, $2,000 becomes possible, $5,000 becomes realistic, a full emergency fund becomes achievable. But none of it happens without the first step. Now let's clear up a common question. Is $1,000 enough for emergencies? No, it's not meant to be your final safety net. It's your first line of defense. It's the difference between a small setback and a long-term financial mess. It keeps small problems small, and that alone changes your entire financial path. Next question. Where should this money live? Not in your checking account, too easy to spend. Not in investments, too risky for emergency money. A simple savings account is perfect. The goal isn't growth, the goal is safety, stability, peace of mind. And here's something most people don't realize. The $1,000 rule has nothing to do with how much you earn. People with high incomes still live paycheck to paycheck. People with modest incomes sometimes save consistently. The difference isn't income, it's habits. Once you build the habit of saving, even slowly, your financial life becomes predictable, less stressful, more in your control. You stop reacting to money and start directing it. And that's why the first $1,000 is more powerful than the next $10,000. It's the moment you stop feeling trapped and start feeling capable. So how do you get there? Not by extreme sacrifice, not by living like a monk, but by small, consistent actions. Automatic transfers, cutting one unnecessary expense, saving before spending, not after. Slow progress is still progress. Because the real win isn't the $1,000. The real win is becoming the person who saves. Once you become that person, every financial goal ahead of you becomes easier. That's all for today. If this video helped you see money differently, subscribe to Jacob Finance. We explain money simply so you can make smart financial decisions.